All right, chat. I'll tell you what. I have to know. I have to know how good or bad this team's going to be. We're going for it. A friendly reminder of ye old record book at this stage, 2040 into 2041. In terms of most games played, I don't know if you can trust it, but shout out to Joe Thornton, David Pasternak, and Jesperi Kotkaniemi that are up there. Again, Carter Hart, we know, didn't play that many games. He's about fourth all-time. It's glitched out for whatever reason. No new additions to the top five that are still in the league, but obviously Ovi, McDavid, Matthews are up there. For points, McDavid finished second, Ovi finished fifth. Most assists, McDavid finished third. Most wins for goalies, Carter Hart, the only goalie to break 600 wins alongside Martin Brodeur. Most shutouts, they were not up there. 50 goal seasons, Carpenter. Different reality. He and Christopher Gerber, for that matter, could have been on our teams. Most 100-point seasons, McDavid, Carpenter also up there. So that Carpenter guy has been a pain in my ass. For season records, Hunter Rizzi finished fifth in most goals for in a season. I don't know if any other records would have been hit. Alec Connell was up there a couple of times for shutouts in a season. Who was born 100 years later. I just looked at 25 and I'm like, oh, Connell. Can you tell I'm a mess right now? I'm a mess. You know why? Number one, I didn't even recognize Alec Connell's name, and I'm sorry. But I'm so mad with this team. I'm so mad with this team. Oh, Gerber, 50 goals in a season. Good for you. Anybody else who happens to be up there? In terms of recent records broken, the answer is no. And then when it comes to our team's history, I mean, obviously it's pretty much all Joe Byer. Except for like Bobby Peters is up there for the goalie records all time, but pretty much everything is Joe Byer. To the surprise of nobody. To the surprise of nobody. Regular season records, a lot of Joe Byer. Good amount of Ekman. Rookie numbers, I mean, for... Apparently it's Billy Bird, that's glitched out. But like Lawrence Legacy was up there for assists, Byer was up there for goals. And the individual game records. Joe Byer, Cameron Carlton, and Jade Winkler. What's Joe Byer's goal count? It was just on screen. So if you missed it, you missed it. We know this team is highly rated. But we have the weakest bottom six we've ever had. Like, no doubt. The forward class is incredibly, or the forward core is weakened. When it comes to defense, we lost Lewis Johnson to the Chicago Blackhawks. He signed for about $15 million a season for the next 7 years, in case you were wondering why I could not lock Lewis Johnson down to a contract. Goaltending, we still have the Rantan controversy, who of course got us to a cup final and then sat out all of last year. We'll see if we can get him back for a decent price. Let's see how we do. Again, nearly had back-to-back 60-win seasons. We are still an incredibly high-rated team, but I don't know if it's going to translate. We do have, again, the best coaching staff I've ever had, 3 A-pluses and an A goalie coach. We are 7-1-0 to start the season, so who's to say what we're going to be this year? Expectations haven't been this low in a long time. I know we're on a great run to start this season, but I am not going to jump to conclusions here because, let's be honest, regular season success means nothing for this team. It's all about the playoffs. Yeah! All Tex. What's going on, buddy? How are you? Good to see you. Guys, Yuka Rantanen finally said, okay, fuck it, I just want to play. So we're going to be able to get him back for dirt cheap. In case Billy Bird's not cutting the mustard. So Rantanen's finally back after sitting out over a year. We are 16-3-0 so far. Started the Coyotes franchise, and it's been poor. There's the Coyotes franchise. Billy Bird's only played 1 game so far. and he didn't do all that well. In the AHL, it's tough to say. I mean, I'm going to get Rantan in some starts. That AHL tandem's insane. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's see what we got. Now that Rantanen's back, get ready for 2041. We're fastly approaching that marker.
Taste the biscuit.
Jordan!
Taste
Dropping
the
that
goodness
lovely
of
sub.
the
Jordan, thank you for
biscuit.
that. Will it bring us good luck? I certainly hope so. Alright, well, we are 32-4-0. This might be our best regular season team ever. Barlow has a 924. Billy Bird's only played in 2 games. I did not turn over or change the goalie rotation setting. So our coach is just going with Barlow. Johnson went to Chicago. Brits, you got to start paying attention, buddy. That is 3 times in a row you've asked a question that was on screen within the last 3 to 5 minutes. You're having a time. Devereaux's a plus 19. Legacy is a plus 31. Lillian, Zagrapin are great. Saprikin and Abdicator are great. Ekman, not quite the goal-scoring machine he was, but that's because, I mean, he's next to just offensive dynamos. Joe Byer has 20 goals in 36 games, as does Cameron Carlton. Teratukin with 22 points. Reinprechts looked great. Fedorov's looked good. That bottom 6 leaves a bit to be desired, but hey, it's to be expected. Again, aside from like Buka Boom, West, Kovacs, there's not much I can do. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. 32-4-0. When's the decline gonna happen? Because it's gonna happen. We always fucking lose to Winnipeg. This has been our worst month of the season so far. Quite a few losses that month. We're down to 39-6-3. What a shame. 81 points. The next highest teams in the league have 70. Let's go through February. Why not? I can't enjoy this regular season success at all. At all. It doesn't matter. We need a cup. For the love of God, we need to get Joe Byer a ring. 48-9-5 as of March 1st. 101 points. Nobody else has more than 90. This is ridiculous. Joe Byer has 35 goals. 782. With nearly 1,600 points at this stage. Playing NHL 21 be a pro for the Golden Knights. Carry him. I don't know how I feel about that 4th line. Jose Falk's leaving me a bit, concerned at this stage. But obviously, we're not going to change anything about this team. Barlow has played 58 games. Am I positive that auto-rotate didn't get turned off? Our goalie coach is just playing Barlow until he fucking collapses. Final full month of the regular season. Obviously list ourselves as buyers, even though we don't do anything at the deadline. Ha, you see, buyers, because nice little 2-game losing streak there. A couple more losses here and there, but we could very well hit 60 wins again. 54-12-6. Ekman has 110 points in 72 games. We have clinched a playoff spot. We are the NHL's top team right now. Problem is, the second best team is Colorado. The third best team is St. Louis. We can't escape a credible Western Conference rivals. If we were in the East, I guarantee we'd have at least two cup wins by now. I could guarantee it. Beat Arizona. We clinched the division. We beat the Devils. 120 points, 57 wins. We beat Buffalo. We beat Florida. This team is going to set the record for most wins in a season by one of our clubs. 60 wins for the second year in a row. We lost a 91 overall defenseman, and we just won 60 games again. And honestly, we won game 60 in our last game of the season. So, this is the best regular season team that we've ever had. Pour myself a beverage that I kind of wish was alcoholic, because when this team, and if this team, breaks my heart in the playoffs, I'm going to have nothing to say to it. Absolutely nothing. It's happened time and time again. Edmonton. Win number 61. 3 games left. St. Louis, we lose 5-3. That's incredibly concerning. Washington, we win 5-1, and the final game of the season is against the Boston Bruins. We have clinched the President's Trophy, and we lose in a shootout, 3-2. 62-13-7. The best record this club's ever had. Again, in the last 3 seasons, we have won 181 games. In the past 3 seasons. Best team in the league. That is our 4th President's Trophy in 5 years. It might be 5 and 6. I think it's our 4th President's Trophy in 5 years. Goals for, again, we averaged over 4 goals for per game. 3rd straight 4 and 5. That sounds right. Goals against average was the 2nd lowest in the league. Power play, 2nd best in the league. Penalty kill, 2nd best in the league. We yet again ride a dynamic offense, to say the least, to this incredible season. Matthias Ekman is a Channel Hall of Famer in every sense of the word. Not bad for the 68th overall pick. Over 1,100 points now. Over 1,000 games. 3rd straight season with 60 goals in 4 out of his last 5. He was a late bloomer, in a way. I mean, 45 points, 48 points, 59, and then 76 points. The 104 looks like he's dipping again, and then he's just exploded. Unbelievable player. 87 points in 81 playoff games as well. He's now 34 years old. Absolutely unbelievable. Another Channel Hall of Famer, in my opinion, is Andrew Niedermeyer, who also now has over 1,000 games played and over 1,000 points. Back-to-back 100-point seasons. He gets better with age in terms of point production. And then, there is the 2nd-year man, 25th overall in 2034, Vesa Suhonen, who goes from the 3rd line to the top line and does not look out of place, to say the least, with 94 points. 34 goals. Problem is, his deal is up at the end of the year. Cameron Carlton, 35 years old, for the former 2nd-round pick way back in 2024. 1,000 games, 829 points. For the most part, incredibly consistent as of late. And if he's on in the playoffs, we do incredibly well. 37 years old, Joe Byer, with an 82-point season, 790 goals, 1,599 points. He's the most prolific point producer we've ever had. He has never scored less than 30 in a season. And in his advanced age, he scored 3 straight 40-goal seasons. Uriel Legacy, former third-round pick, continues to be one of the most bizarre players I have ever seen. A 77-point season, the man doesn't shoot. He is a dish machine, despite the fact he is a grinder with 88 passing. The rookie, Alex Teratukin, 45 points in his rookie year. Not too shabby. Sergei Fedorov, 7th-round pick in 2037. Puts up 44 points, back-to-back 40-point seasons for him. Jorge Reinprecht, 2nd round back in 2034. Puts up 36 points in his rookie year. Had 4 seasons worth of AHL time. Kai Vatanen, another 3rd-round pick. 27 points in his rookie year. And Olli Avitanen, 21 points in his rookie year. So the fact is, like, our high-end scorers just carried this team. You know, it wasn't like all-around scoring. Our high-end scorers got the job done. And then Jose Falk, now over 400 games, with his lowest scoring season ever. Defensively, Legacy, obviously, going to have a massive drop-off. He's gone from playing forward to defense. So he has his lowest scoring season and also his most penalized season. Guess he's just out on the ice more often. 4th-round pick. Michael Zagrapin. I mean, with these guys, we just know it's consistency. Zagrapin, Lilia Saprikin, all around 20 points. Devereaux did pretty well because he was with Legacy, and then Abdicator dropped a little bit. Barlow played in 76 games. Auto-rotate is on. A .912 save percentage with a .229 GAA. 10 shutouts. The 90 overall Nolan Barlow, who in that final round against the Jets did not deliver. Around the league, Ekman and Niedermeyer were the top 2 goal scorers. Scoring was down, at least in terms of like elite level production. Tristan Love, though, is going to win the Richard. Beat Ekman by a goal. Assist leader was Pelton and Wheel, 88 each. Penalty minute king, Renberg, Escalainen. Tampa had some goons, man. Tampa had some goons. Defensively, Marco Pirietta did wonderfully. For the goaltenders, Barlow wins 59 games. 10 shutouts led the way. And you'd like to think he's going to get the Vezina, but it might give it to Kavanaugh or Hobby Bulin. Again, the Western Conference has been a goddamn nightmare. That's our biggest issue, is that we've been in the West. Rookie of the Year this year will probably be Caden Calvert. Teratukin did a good job of keeping his name in the conversation. To be honest, he might win it because of the plus-minus. So we might have a Calder winner in Teratukin. That said, AHL-wise, they won 54 games, so they were a little bit worse than they normally are. You know, we saw Billy Bird's save percentage there. And obviously there's some concerns. Ultimately, we'll make that decision if Billy Bird's the guy, if Barlow struggles, or if we go to Rantanen or Sonata. Rantanen's probably gone at the end of the season. Actually, if I can sign Rantanen for that cheap, I absolutely should. Let's go ahead and sign Rantanen to that, because that's a steal and a half. Let's see, all expiring. How much is Barlow going to want? Thank God he's an RFA. Billy Bird doesn't want to raise, so we might keep him. And then we'll figure it out from there. Might have to buy somebody out so I don't lose the door. That's going to be interesting. Defensively, Lawrence Legacy's an RFA. Thank God for that. Zagrapin, Lilia, Saprikin, it's going to be more of the same in terms of struggling to keep this defense together. And then forward-wise, thank God, Suhonen's an RFA. Yep, he wants 11 million now. Legacy and Carlton, you know, are going to want a ton. Joe is going to want a decent amount of money. Honestly, I don't care how bad Joe happens to regress. I'm going to just give him essentially a lifetime contract. Teratukin as an RFA. I can hopefully get him for a little bit more cheap. So, just in terms of certain contracts, that's what it's worth doing. We get to play the Minnesota Wild in round 1. That is what we're facing. A 47-win Minnesota Wild team. How do we compare in terms of overall team stats to the Wild? Goals for per game. Minnesota had the 4th best offense in the conference. Their defense was significantly worse. We have the power play edge. We have the penalty kill edge. They have a decent offense. But we should be able to outscore them. Famous last words. Let's take a look here. I can see why they have a decent offense. Tommy Pettinen, Teemu Peltonen, and Harrison Beta. Stu Ronaldo, Rodney Skinner, Troy Heward, that's a hell of a second line. Jesper Anderson, Tommy Hikola, Kim Jensen, that's ridiculous. Cesar Brule, Chance Bufflin, and Mats Forsstrom. It's a really good offense. We'll check out the points in a minute. Defensively, it's interesting. Larry Corso's elite with Rohan Fitzgerald, Emmanuel Papineau, Sergei Brelin, Bill Howard, Thomas Taipalus, the goalie. 83 overall, Vyacheslav Nikulin, Junior Knubles behind him. Interesting. It's a good team. It's the Western Conference, so of course it's a good team. It's nothing but good teams. We have fallen in line with, honestly, the majority of the teams in the West. Winnipeg. Stanley Cup contenders in the past decade at times, if it wasn't for certain other elite level teams, yes. Same for Vegas, same for San Jose, same for St. Louis before they finally won. Like, we're just at that stage where it's just, can we get through this ridiculous division? That top 6 is fantastic, unsurprisingly. Beta's the weak link, everyone else is great. Peltonen scored 50 goals this year. Defensively, we got to watch out for Larry Corso. Goaltending-wise, an $8.99 for Nikulin. I can't wait for him to shut us down. Their starters suck this year. We'll see if that continues to be true, huh? We're at least going through the first round tonight because I have to know. I have to know. This was our best season ever. Despite losing a 91 overall defenseman and so many other players throughout the past couple of years. Joe Byer is 37 years old. He might not be back next year. It's a fear we've had for a while now. He is on the cusp of being a top 5 goal scorer. He's on the cusp of being a top 5 point producer all time. Matthias Ekman is now in the top 5 all-time for most 50-goal seasons. But we have not won a cup with this core. It would literally be the biggest disappointment in anything I've ever done franchise mode-wise on Twitch, on YouTube, whatever, to have this team not win a cup.
The man was a fanboy.
Astral, thank you for the 29. In terms of the ratings, 94, 95, 90. 94, 84, 82. We have to win this. We have to win this series. We have to win the cup. We have to win the cup. Game 1 against the Wild. Let's see how it goes. We steamrolled our way through the first 2 rounds last year. First period, scoreless. Shots are pretty close too. Second period, we get the opening goal. It's Jorge Reinprecht. Could be George. I'm going to go with Jorge Reinprecht. Short-handed goal. A little bit worried that we've only scored 1 goal here against a goaltender who was absolutely abysmal in the regular season, but we do have the lead heading into the third. Come on. Find that other goal, please. It's a new head coach. Best coaching staff in general. Power play, Cameron Carlton. The Goons are going to take game 1. A 31-save shutout for Nolan Barlow in game 1. And the Goons take it 2-0. What a performance from Barlow. Maybe he will get $15 million as a goalie. Won't be from us, but maybe he will. Incredible performance there. Game 1 to the good guys. Billy Bird is back. Rantan's back. Joe Byer has commit for 8 more years. 8 more years of Joe. He'll retire before that, but Joe Byer is a Goon for his entire career, as you would have expected. Game 2. Game 2. First period. 2-1 Minnesota. Howard and Corso. Niedermeyer gets it back. We outshot them 20-9. And Barlow gives up 2 goals. Second period, still 2-1. I am sick and tired of .899 save percentage regular season goalies coming into the playoffs and just being like, oh, fuck it, I'm elite. Come on, man. Come on. Score some goals, boys. Where is the offense? This goalie is average at best. Thank you, Reinprecht, scoring again. Hold the lead. Hold it. Ekman. Reinprecht ties it. Ekman wins it. He might not have 16 goals in 2 rounds, but Ekman shows up when we needed him. 3-2 the final score. Barlow got the job done. Ekman stepped up. 2-0 series lead over Minnesota. Defending home ice. Again, Ekman's not lighting the world on fire at the start of this. Again, for those who don't recall, he had 15 goals in 13 games last year. Really had like 12 and 8 or something like that. We're going right into it. Game 3. Game 3. Here in Minnesota. First period. 1-0 Goons. Ekman picking up where he left off. 12 shots to 7. Based on where he scored, he Sparta kicked the goalie through the net, which is fantastic. Second period. Barlow falls apart. Beta, Ronaldo, Heward. Teratukin gets his first ever Stanley Cup playoff goal. We're trailing heading into the third for the second game in a row. Suhonen scores. We're tied at 3. Vatanen scores. We have a 4-3 lead. Power play for the Wild. Extended power play. No goal. 5 minutes left. They tie it. Hikola. We're going to overtime. OT. Power play for the Wild. Come on, boys. Come on, please. Please. Yes! Thank God. Andrew Niedermeyer wins it. That's how you know we're desperate, when we pass on the option to actually watch it. Fuck the dramatics of watching the gameplay. Screw being more interesting. I want that fucking trophy. 5-4. The Goons come from behind to win again. What a game. A 3-0 series lead. Game 4. Can we close it out? First period, 1-0 Goons, Cameron Carlton. Second period, 2-0 Goons, Andrew Niedermeyer on the power play. 20 minutes away from sealing the deal. Power play for the Wild, killed off again. Their power play's been anemic in the third period here. Come on. Come on, halfway home. Halfway home, boys. 3-0 Joey Byer. The Minnesota Wild break out the brooms. God damn it, this one's over. I don't care that you scored. This one is over. We are moving on to round 2. I'm taking a victory lap to shut a window because it's cold as shit. Sweet goddamn victory. We sweep Minnesota. 3-1 final in Game 4. We're on to round 2. Barlow recovers very nicely, and Joe Byer, oh captain, my captain, shows up. What a first round that was for the Goons. 7 points for Ekman, only 2 goals. 5 points for Niedermeyer. 3 points for Vesa Suhonen. The 2 for Legacy, 4 for Carlton, 4 for Byer. Teratukin got a goal. Reinprecht with 2. Fedorov didn't do much. The bottom 6 chipped in here and there, but it wasn't amazing. Like, we live and die. We live and die with that top 6. Obviously, we're not going to get much point production there. Barlow with a 947. Insane. What's your podcast called? Literally just search Toogie. You will find it. That's all you got to do. That's other than the Portland area. I'm actually not all that close to Portland anymore. But it was nice today. It's like 45. It's like shit. Tell me I don't have to wear pajama pants under my jeans when I take the dog for a walk? This is sick. Guys, I hate to tell you, 2K10 might not happen tonight. Or NCAA might not happen tonight. We're going for it. We're fucking going for it. 62, 63 wins, whatever the fuck it was. We're going for it. AHL team moves on. They beat Laval. We are playing the Vancouver Canucks in round 2. Full fucking send. It's Vancouver in round 2. 62 for the record. The Canucks, second best team in the division. No surprise, because again, we never, any time winning the President's Trophy, have we ever played the 3 seed. It's always the 2 seed in this fucking division. It's always San Jose or it's Calgary. I'm sick of this shit. We had a significantly better offense. The defense was a lot closer. We had a huge power play edge. Penalty kills were pretty close in the regular season. So far, in the playoffs, we happen to look here. They scored way more goals, but they also played 2 more games. Our defense was phenomenal. 2 less games, 11 less goals. Our power play was 2 for 5. Our penalty kill was on point. They had a bitch of a time on the PK. Again, we live and die with our top 6. We live and die with our top 6 at this point. The bottom 6 has been depleted due to cap. Let's take a look at the Canucks. I'm sure they still have a good roster. We've played them before, and indeed they do. But we've shut this team down before. It's Alan Thorne, who's sick. 9 points in 6 games. Same for Derek Addison. These two were one of the top duos in terms of league scoring this season. They have Keaton Tillett with them. 4 points in 6 games. Second line, Jesper Lundin, former Goon. 7 points in 6 games. One of our better draft picks in this series, but we had to let him go due to the money and term that he wanted. He is centered by Jakub Shishkinov, 6 points, and Vincent Benin. So their top 6 is delivering. Third line, Chuck Paul, Lee Petrangelo, and Zach Cuff, solid. And a fourth line, Isaiah Jeffrey, Chance Moss, and Theo Barlow. Go figure. Nolan and Theo, huh? It's a really good offense. The defense, not so much. Petri Kolomainen, 3 points. Pierre Racine, we know this guy can put up some points. Henrik Rensfeld with 1 point, a -5, next to former Goon Lane McCutcheon, who has really struggled at this stage. Mika Hutala is with the Yuri Filatov. The goaltender is 81 overall, Vyacheslav Alexiev, who had a .915 in the first round. Because of their defensive and goaltending disadvantage, we should win this series. We absolutely should. We should be back in the conference final. Easy does it. 94, 95, 90, 91, 86, 76. God help us if we lose this series. It's game 1 against Vancouver. We're going for it. We are absolutely going for it. Full send in this playoff run. First period, 2-1 Canucks. Yves Devereaux scored early on. Jeffrey and Tillett get it back. Second period, we're tied at 2. Ekman scores again. We go to the third. Often going into the third, tied or trailing. Failed to score on the power play. We need this next goal badly. Power play for the Canucks. Unable to capitalize. Another power play. How many fucking chances are you going to give them? That's going to be it. Goons can't stay out of the box. Vancouver takes game 1 3-2. Barlow gets outworked by an 81 overall goalie. I fucking hate this game with a passion sometimes. 9-15 in the first round. He posted 9-47 against a historically good offense. Great start. Penalties were Vitanen and Teratukin. Not the way I wanted to start that series. Game 2. Game 2. First period. Paul and Barlow. Second period. Still 2-0. We're fucked. The same warning signs are there. We're fucked. That 81 overall goal is going to shut us down. I might as well just switch games now. This one's over. Prove me wrong, game. Lawrence Legacy scores a minute in. Tillett gets it right back on the power play. We're fucked. Whether it's Winnipeg, St. Louis, Vancouver, we always seem to run into a team that we just can't seem to beat. We've been playing from behind this whole damn series so far. We're fucked. Absolutely screwed. 9-15, you post 2 straight games with over a 9-30. We're screwed. Back-to-back 3-2 losses. This is over. It's a good run, guys. Let's hope Joe Byer doesn't retire heading into next season, because pretty much all we can do at this stage is Barlow's been getting ripped apart. I know he has a 9.35, but he's really struggled in this series so far. All we can really look to do is look forward to next year. This series is more about what Joe Byer is going to accomplish on the score sheet and less about winning cups. He's going to go down, sorry Marcel Dion, but he's going to go down as the greatest player to never win a Stanley Cup. And Ekman might go down as the second greatest player to never win a Stanley Cup. It'd be a hell of a story if one Mr. Jukka Rantanen can step back into this lineup and do what he did, getting us just 2 wins away from a Stanley Cup final a few seasons ago. That would be one hell of a story. We're going to give him a chance in this game, because why the hell not? 13 penalty minutes for Vitanen in this series. He's getting scratched. Now is not the time to sit here and take 1,000 goddamn penalty minutes. He's having a hot start in the AHL. Holden Kovacs, congratulations. Interesting time for you to get called up and play your first ever NHL game out of pure goddamn desperation. Fedoroff's been useless. No chemistry boost we can find there. We'll just drop Fedorov. So hope for the best. We're going to give it to Rantanen. Like I said, what's the worst that could happen? What, we lose another game? It's game 3. First period, 2 goals apiece. McCutcheon and Moss. You get Bayer on the power play and Suhonen. Second period, 4-3. Well, we learned Rantanen can't make a goddamn save, but at least the offense started scoring. It's Lilia and Fedorov. We're up by 1 heading into the third. Let's see if Rantanen decides to absolutely tank this team right now. 5-3, Niedermeyer on the power play. I don't feel safe right now. Power play for the Canucks, no goals. Joe Bayer, the empty netter, the Goons back in the series, a 6-3 win in game 3. Ekman, the hat trick of apples. You'll love to see it. It's about time we finally found our scoring touch here. Rantanen wasn't great. You could argue he was maybe better than Barlow, but we'll be going back to Barlow for this next game. I trust Barlow's ability to steal it a little bit more. I am worried about Ryan Precht and Tara Tukin with the penalties. Legacy hasn't been able to stay out of the box either, though. Unfortunately. Let's go for it. Yes, I changed the lines after a win. Big whoop, want to fight about it. Let's do it. It's game 4. We're speed running this bitch because I am so tired of watching this team fall flat on their face. Game 4. We need to win.
Fanboy. The man was a
Period.
fanboy.
Chewy, thank you for the 17 months, and it brought us some luck as Cameron Carlton scores on the power play. Second period. It's about goddamn time. Legacy, Falk, Ekman. 4-0 for the Goons. The home team yet to win a game in this series. I swear to God, I'm going to quick sim this if they come back. 4-1 is your final. A great bounce back effort from Barlow. We're tied at 2 apiece. 36 saves for the man. We never should have been in a situation when we were down 2-0 in this series to this Canucks team. There's no way. They're a damn good team, but 62 wins, man. Game 5. Game 5. First period, 2-1 Vancouver. Ryan Precht another shorty, but Filatov and Thorne score. Doubled us up in shots. Second period. We end up losing 6-3. Vancouver has a 3-2 series lead. Thank God Burnaby's moving on again, huh? Rantanen's back in for Barlow after a performance like that. Kovacs has contributed absolutely nothing to this lineup. I don't know what we're gonna do here. really don't. This is it. Our season is on the line. See what happens. Game 6. 62-win season at stake. First period, scoreless. 14 shots to 9 in their favor. Second period, 1-1. Addison on the power play. And Joe Byer in what could be his last game. We go to the third. Niedermeyer scores. Power play for the Canucks. Killed off. 6.5. 3.5. Power play for the Canucks. We're going to game 7. Jukka Rantanen saves the day. The offense shows up just enough. We're going 7. There was a genuine question over who to start here. Do you start your best available goalie, or do you just go with the guy who got you there? Rantanen has a .940 in his 3 appearances so far. That's got to be Jukka Rantanen. We rode him to a cup final once upon a time. It's game 7. Will this be the last game of Joe Byer's career? First period, scoreless. 12 shots to 5 in our favor. Second period, 2-1 Goons. Thorne scored first. Ladd, the call-up, scores. Joe Byer scores. Same situation as the last game. We go to the third here in game 7. Vancouver scores. Vancouver scores again. Come on, man. We can't lose again. We can't fucking lose again. You gotta be kidding. It's over. We just lost again. This is fucking ridiculous. This is fucking ridiculous. That's it. I said it last night. We're never winning a fucking cup with this team. I'm too good at making teams in this game to the point where I get punished for making them so well. Even with limitations that you could say, it's fucking random, but we still make the right choices at the right time for who to keep. And it doesn't mean fuck all. Doesn't mean fuck all. Let's see if Joe Byer retired. Fuck it, why not? Why not? This is fucking ridiculous. Holy fucking shit. Philadelphia wins another Stanley Cup, and I'm just sitting here standing in the fucking rain. And they beat Arizona, who just took care of Vancouver, no fucking problem. Never played Arizona. Flyers have won 3 straight Stanley Cups, and I can't fucking win one. I have won 4 of the last 5 President's Trophies, and the Flyers have won 3 straight fucking cups. Ekman gets another Art Ross, his 3rd Hart in the last 4 years. Barlow won the Vezina for the 2nd year in a row, and choked in the playoffs for the 2nd year in a fucking row. We've never won Coach of the Year, because why would we? And Ekman wins his 3rd Ted Lindsay in the last 4 years. Boom was AHL MVP. Dave was the Defenseman of the Year. I can't believe it just happened again. I cannot believe this team just lost again. Niedermeyer regressed. Ekman regressed. Bayer regressed heavily. Cameron Carlton regressed. We're fucked. We're fucked. We don't have the depth coming up to replace the declining veterans that consist of our core. We're fucked. Absolutely screwed. Let's see if Joe Bayer retired. Is our franchise permanently changed? Joe Bayer does not retire. Thank fuck for that. We didn't lose anybody. Lafreniere, Suzuki, Genther, Keith McDonald, Noel Gunler. The man refuses to retire. Andre Zuzin retires for Montreal. I just don't know what I can do to keep this team together.